So back in the day, there was this popular TV show called X-Files. Maybe you heard of it, maybe you watched it, maybe you were far too young for that. But it was a popular TV show, and there was this actress, Karen Gillian, who played one of the front lead actresses. And she was scheduled to meet, at that time, Bill Clinton. Now, she was excited to meet the president because he is, in fact, the president. That's very exciting. But she tells the story of what happened. And it was that he came up and said hi to each of these people. And she was kind of waiting her turn. She was nervous. And when he said hi to her, she said, he looked at me in a way that I don't think I've ever felt anyone feel. Like, I felt like I had his full attention. Like, he was most interested in me out of any other person in that room. And I felt like we were going to, like, hang out afterwards and connect, and not in the other Bill Clinton kind of way that he was going to. She actually said, I thought that I was going to come back to a voice message on my home phone number, because that was the kind of moment that we had. And what's crazy is that there are more than one story of this. Apparently, Bill Clinton had this ability to, when he interacted with you, to make you feel like you had so much of his attention that you were truly the most special person in the room. That's a phenomenal ability, and he would augment that with this insane ability to remember people's names, such that at the end of a night of meeting 50, 60 people, he'd come back to you and say, Roger, it's great to meet you, I'm excited to hear about, and he would remember what you said. This is a superpower. And while you might not have the memory and you might not be interested in developing it, there is something that you can do, which is to be present with that person. This is much more of a mindset thing. Meditation helps, but at the highest level, there's so many other things that call our attention at times. You're out at a public space, there's somebody you'd like to be speaking to more. You're wondering what you're going to do later. You're worried, most cases, if you look cool, if what you're saying is interesting, if they like you. Presence means for a period of time, and we are working on both fronts, I'm going to explain this, it means dropping all that. It means taking a deep breath, opening your body up, body language helps a lot here, and just noticing what's in front of you, like listening in the fullest sense. And what I mean in the fullest sense is that you're not thinking about what you are going to say next. Now, I have to caveat this. Presence sometimes can stop growth socially, because we're so present, we're being who we are, that we don't give ourselves a chance to grow into new things, or at least we don't guide that growth. It happens more spontaneously. So the reason that I'm giving you only one thing to focus on every single day, and I have done that, is because I want you to maintain a degree of presence. Yes, I want you in your head a little bit. I want you thinking I need to do this specific thing, but I don't want you going eyes, hands, feet, say this thing, make sure I do this. If you try to remember all of that, you are in trouble. And that is why this course is laid out so that we're doing one thing at a time. You'll build habits, some habits will slip, you can come back, you can go through it as many times as you want, but the idea for now is to focus just on one thing so that you can have your complete and total presence with the people that you speak with. And a great way to ground yourself, they call it to get present, is while you're talking to someone and you notice that you're curious about what that person is doing over there, this is to, one, look in their eyes. That pulls you to what's going on. It can feel uncomfortable because you start to connect at a level that you're probably not really sure about. So you start to look in their eyes, you take a deep breath, let your belly out, and you just are here. It's quite simple, though it can feel more complicated than that. And you ground yourself and you try to get interested in trying to understand, wonder, be curious about what they're saying. The other thing is that if you are at a topic that you're not interested in, that makes it tough to be present. So ground yourself and really ask, what is fascinating about this person? What would I like to know? What could they teach me? What would be fun, so that you are fully engaged with them? Starting from this basis of being present and making them feel you makes it much easier to go to the second thing, which is then leading them and pulling them into your world.